Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I've got episode 10 of my Unhaul series for you. Alright, so wow. First off, we are at episode 10 of my Unhaul series. These are probably some of the more popular videos on my channel, so I guess you guys are really into the Unhaul thing, so awesome. I guess. You guys have probably seen my bookshelf reorganization video already. So a couple of the books in today's Unhaul actually came from these shelves, and I was just kind of, you know, it was kind of a process of like, am I really going to reread these? Am I going to continue this series? These are a few books that didn't make it. There are also a couple of books that I just was not happy with. So we'll get into all the nitty-gritty of why I'm getting rid of these as we go along. Alright, so the first couple of books in here are actually the first two books in a series. So that is the My Life as a White Trash Zombie and Even White Trash Zombies Get the Blues. I really did like these books. They're hilarious and so like irreverent and funny and like filled with weird zombies and weird shit. They're really good books, but it's been a while, I want to say, since I actually read them, and I feel like they've just kind of dropped off my radar, so I'm probably not going to keep reading this series, even though I really like them. And I mean, the cover art is fantastic. And it's fantastic for the rest of the series. I kind of get that, I know the gist of what's going to happen in the rest of the books, but I'm not really interested in continuing this series anymore. So these ones I'm a little sad to see go because they're so like well written and just really like a nice, like creepy, fun read. I'm probably just not going to continue with them. So this next book, I'm a little disappointed that I really didn't like it. Like the premise is perfect for, you know, what I would normally be interested in. And I'm just like, I didn't like it. It just didn't hit any of the right buttons for me. So it's Vampires, Demons of the Ocean. And honestly, I don't know what's not to like. There's vampires, there's pirates, there's also vampires being pirates. So that right there should have been like a really good indicator of this is going to be a good book. However, I just didn't like it. One of the things about this book is that it's set 500 years in the future, but it's not space pirates, or there's no robots, there's nothing really to indicate that it is a futuristic setting other than the date that it's supposedly set on. And it's kind of just these two different stories like completely diverge from each other. So one is very like dark and romantic kind of, and then the other is very action-packed adventure story, and then they kind of come back together and then they go back away from each other. So there was just something about this book that I just didn't like. I really liked the adventure story. I wasn't really so much feeling it for the romance kind of side of it. I mean, I really like all the characters together, but I just wasn't feeling the whole vampire pirate thing. Just this book was just kind of a meh for me. That's why this one is going to the used bookstore. This next book, I wanted to like it so much, but it really did not meet my expectations. It really fell flat and it felt very like a rough draft versus a finished book. And that's Souljacker. This is by one of my favorite authors, and it fell so flat for me. The characters were like one-dimensional. They felt kind of like dolls that were posed in these settings, and they didn't have much of a dialogue. They didn't really do much of anything really, and it just kind of irritated me. This book could have been so much better, but the plot line was just kind of like, really, it didn't do much of anything. And the characters were just really like single note here, maybe a little bit of a highlight there, but really there was nothing to this book. And this one I'm not sad to see go. All right, so this next book I had a little trouble deciding if I really was gonna give it up, and that would be The Alchemist of Bloom. So this book was really hard for me to actually get through. Like, it was a struggle to get through. And while I like the characters and I kind of like the plot and the overall steampunkiness of it, like video game-esque feeling that I got from this, I just feel like this was not for me. I liked the story, but it was difficult for me to read, and it was difficult to like dig into this story like really and like comprehend everything that was going on within this world. While I'm a little sad to see it go, I think somebody else would probably like it a whole lot more than I would. This one I'm just a little sad to see go, just because I really love the cover art, and the design of this whole book is really beautiful. Hey guys, editing Megan here. So I had one book to add to this unhaul since there weren't that many books in this one. So the book I'm adding to this is Nightlife. It just was not the book that I thought I was getting. It was just kind of a meh. I really like the setting though. I wish it was about pretty much any character except for the main character that we got. If you guys want to know more about my thoughts on this book, check out my wrap up for August. It just was not something that I was interested in. It got just weird. All right, back to the rest of the video. All right, so those are the books in today's unhaul. So I know I keep saying this, but eventually I am going to be doing a whole vlog of going to Powell's and selling all of these books, because you guys have probably seen in my bookshelf tour from home, which I will leave a link up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I have an entire shelf that's just dedicated to all of my unhaul books. They're just shoved in there willy-nilly, and there's no more room on that shelf, and they're just kind of like these piles that are creeping out from it. And I really am hoping to make a Powell's run sometime soon, because I ain't got no more room for any more unhaul books. So anyway, keep an eye out for that soon-ish, maybe. But if you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can also hit that notification button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, check out the links down below. I do post pretty frequently. Alrighty, bye guys!